Picture this. A three-time World Cup champion walking into a stadium in Atlanta, carrying the weight of history on their shoulders, and on the other side of the pitch stands a team that has never, in its entire existence, made it this far in a World Cup. One side has Lionel Messi, the greatest player of his generation, chasing a record that only 5 men in football history have ever touched. The other side has Mohamed Salah, a man who has quietly created more scoring chances than almost anyone left in this tournament, and is hungry to shock the world. Today, on July 7th, 2026, these two legends are about to collide, and only one of them walks away with their World Cup dream still alive. So which one is it going to be? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you are going to know exactly what is coming and exactly why. Welcome back to Goal Verdict, the channel where we break down the biggest matches before they happen and tell you what nobody else is talking about. If you love watching football predictions come to life, do me a quick favor right now, hit that like button and subscribe, because we have got a lot more of these breakdowns coming your way. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's next. Now let's talk about how these two teams even got here, because the road has been anything but easy for either of them. Argentina came into their round of 32 match against Cape Verde looking like the clear favorites, and honestly, at halftime, it looked like a formality. But then something strange happened. Cape Verde, a team playing in their very first World Cup, refused to lie down. They clawed back not once but twice, dragging the reigning champions into extra time, and it took a heartbreaking own goal in the 111th minute just to save Argentina's tournament. That is not the sign of a dominant team cruising through the bracket. That is the sign of a team that has cracks. Cracks that a smart opponent could exploit. Egypt's path here has been its own kind of roller coaster. Against Australia, they took the lead, only to watch it slip away in the second half, sending the match into extra time and then all the way to penalties. And when the pressure was at its highest, Egypt kept their nerve and their composure while Australia did not. That penalty shootout win did not just send Egypt through, it made history. This is the first time in their entire World Cup history that Egypt has ever reached the knockout stage, and now they have already gone one step further than that into the round of 16. For a country that has waited since 1934 for a moment like this, that alone is already a fairy tale. But here's the question. Is the fairy tale about to end today, or is it just getting started? Let's get into the players, because this is where things get really interesting. Up front for Argentina, you have Lionel Messi, a man who does not need much of an introduction at this point. He is already the all-time leading scorer in World Cup history, and right now he is chasing something remarkable, a chance to become just the 6th player ever to score in his team's first 5 matches at a single World Cup. He has already scored in 7 goals across 2 different World Cups, a feat almost nobody else can claim. Alongside him, Argentina brings Lautaro Martinez and Julian Alvarez, 2 strikers who have proven time and time again that they can win games completely on their own without needing Messi to set them up. The challenge for Argentina's coach has actually been figuring out how to unlock those 2 players even when Messi is drawing all the defensive attention. On the other side, Egypt's attacking threat runs through Mohamed Salah, and here is a stat that might surprise you. No player left in this entire tournament heading into the round of 16 has created more scoring chances than Salah. 16 chances created, that is elite level playmaking, even if the finishing hasn't always gone his way. Alongside him, Mohamed Marmoush gives Egypt a different kind of weapon, someone with real pace and the ability to stretch defenses in ways that can genuinely trouble a backline built to stop Messi. And that's exactly the trap Egypt might try to set today. Let Argentina obsess over stopping Marmoush and Salah, and let someone else in midfield sneak into the pockets of space that opens up. Now let's talk defense, because this is genuinely where the gap between these two teams gets exposed. Argentina's backline, built around Christian Romero and Lisandro Martinez, has actually struggled to keep clean sheets in recent matches, including against both Jordan and Cape Verde. That is a real concern for their manager, because when you cannot shut teams out completely, you leave the door open, and Egypt has shown they know exactly how to walk through an open door under pressure. Egypt's defense, on the other hand, has one clear strength. They are excellent in the air. They have scored 3-headed goals so far in this tournament, which tells you their crossing and set-piece game is dangerous. And it also tells you that if Argentina gets sloppy defending crosses, they could pay for it. But here's the part that changes everything, and it's something a lot of people are overlooking. When it comes to goalkeepers, Argentina has an enormous edge. Emiliano Martinez has been one of the most clutch shot stoppers in World Cup history, especially in pressure moments, penalty shootouts, and extra time. Argentina has actually won 10 of their last 12 World Cup matches that went beyond 90 minutes, which is an absurd number. And a huge part of that comes down to their goalkeeper refusing to blink when it matters most. Egypt's goalkeeper, Mohamed Salah, showed real composure in that penalty shootout against Australia. But stepping up against Argentina's attack, especially with Messi searching for gaps in the 18-yard box, is an entirely different level of pressure. So let's bring this all together, because you have been patient enough and you deserve the real prediction. Egypt has the attacking talent, the aerial threat, and the emotional momentum of a historic run behind them. But Argentina has more overall quality across the pitch, a proven goalkeeper who thrives under pressure, and the most dangerous attacking trio left in the tournament. The one thing that could realistically save Egypt is if they play with zero fear, sit compact, force Argentina to break them down through crosses and patience rather than quick combinations, and hope for one moment of magic from Salah or Marmoush on the counterattack. Here is what I believe is going to happen. I expect Argentina to take an early lead, likely through Messi finding one of those gaps we talked about, and I expect Egypt to respond the way they have all tournament, refusing to fold, creating at least 1 or 2 dangerous moments through Salah's chance creation and Marmoush's pace. But when it comes down to the final whistle, I think Argentina's superior depth, their game management experience, and that goalkeeper advantage carry them through to a 2-1 victory, sending them into the quarterfinals while Egypt's incredible history-making run finally comes to an end, but not without a fight that the entire football world will be talking about. If you want to know exactly how this plays out, Kickoff is set for 12 p.m. Eastern Time today, July 7th at Atlanta Stadium, and it's shaping up to be one of the most emotional matches of this entire World Cup. Make sure you're watching, and once the final whistle blows, come back here to Goal Verdict, because we are going to break down exactly what happened, what went right, what went wrong, and whether this prediction held up. Drop a comment right now with your own score prediction. I want to see how many of you agree with me, and how many of you think Egypt has one more miracle left in them. See you in the next one.